G'day friends and folks, and welcome back to another Q&A session. Now before we get into this, I just wanted to quickly bring up that I just got done watching the very first episode of Dragon Ball Super. And all I can say is if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan on any level, you would be doing yourself justice by watching this episode. And I just cannot wait for the English dub to come out, because when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, the English dub for me is the epitome of everything, you know, it's so good. And I've seen some comments around the place of people saying, Dragon Ball Super Episode 1 greater than the entire series of Dragon Ball GT. And for me, I don't think that's true quite yet because, I mean, it's one episode. You can't really compare one episode to 64 episodes. But I mean, with the way it's going, you definitely get this feeling that it is going to be better than GT. And it could even be better than Dragon Ball Z. Because, I mean, when I finished watching it, the very first episode, I wanted to see more. It ended with the Kaioshins actually looking up and they realized that Beerus has been awake. And when I saw the final scene of the first episode, I just wanted to keep going, but sadly I'm gonna have to wait another week. But you guys came here for one reason and one reason only, and that's for me to answer some of your guys' questions. So without wasting any more time, let's get on to the very first question, which is why doesn't Goku wish back his and Vegeta's families like Bardock, his mother, and King Vegeta? And this question is by Ed. I mean, for Goku, I think it's pretty obvious. He doesn't really know his father. I mean, if he got to know his father, then maybe. Actually, this is a good point. In Dragon Ball, Goku was going to revive Upa's father, Bora, until Upa actually saw Goku interact with his grandpa, which is kind of like his father, and Upa actually told Goku to use the wish to revive Grandpa Gohan instead of Bora. But Goku just said, no, I'd rather use the wish to revive your father because my grandfather's been dead for, years. And in Vegeta's case, I just don't think he cares enough to gather the Dragon Balls purely to bring someone back to life. That's just not something I see Vegeta doing. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is what do you think would happen if Broly Super Saiyan 4 met Beerus and Whis? Who do you think would win? Alright, my opinion on the Super Saiyan 4s versus the gods, I just don't see how the Super Saiyan 4s could be stronger. There's no way it happened in the same timeline. There's no way it would have even happened in the same universe. And I understand why people say Super Saiyan 4 would be stronger than Super Saiyan God. They're pretty much saying that considering GT happened after the God saga, it just makes sense for the power levels to be increasing, not decreasing. And I totally get that logic. It's just after seeing Dragon Ball Super today, it's given me more proof as to why I think Super Saiyan God would be stronger than Super Saiyan 4. Because for those of you that haven't seen Dragon Ball Super yet, Beerus wipes out an entire planet with his finger. And that's just something I do not see a Super Saiyan 4 Goku being able to do. So to actually answer the question, I think the God's power is absolutely unmeasurable at this point. So I'm definitely going to have to give it to Beerus and Whis over Broly Super Saiyan 4. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is what are your thoughts on the Super Kaioken? Plain and simple, I think it's a really cool idea. However, I think it's terrible to use in battle just because of the amount of energy it would consume. And that is probably why Goku's only used it once in the entire series. Even though that was filler, technically he's never even used the Super Kaioken. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is Saiyan Saga Vegeta versus Frieza Saga Krillin. Okay, so Vegeta's maximum power level in the Saiyan Saga was 180,000 if you want to include his grade 8 form, which would have times his normal power by 10, therefore his normal power would have been 18,000, and Krillin's average power level around the Frieza Saga has never really been stated. However, you can assume that Krillin was always a little bit weaker than Gohan, and considering they were able to take on Captain Ginyu in Goku's body, who was a 23,000 power level, I'd say Krillin would have been around 15,000, that's my ultimate guess. But for argument's sake, let's just put Krillin at an 18,000. Even if he was at an 18,000, I still don't think he would be able to kill Vegeta, just because Vegeta, 1, he has a grade 8 form, 2, he is ruthless, and 3, he knows exactly how to manipulate his body and use his power to his maximum potential. The only way I can see Krillin being able to beat Vegeta is if he hits him with a Destructo Disc. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is how strong is Janemba? Now I think Janemba's strength is very overrated. If you go back and watch the Fusion Reborn movie, you would see that Goku as a Super Saiyan 3 was standing up to Janemba very well. In fact, I would say that Janemba's power level is only a little bit higher than Super Saiyan 3 Goku's. So I'd put Janemba's strength at a higher than a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but less than Super Buu. The thing with Janemba though that really makes me like him as a character is that he is sin incarnate. Every single villain in hell is forming Janemba's power. At least that's the way that I like to interpret it. Like Frieza, Cell, King Cold, all of their power went into Janemba when that sin machine overloaded with negative energy, therefore turning that worker into this powerhouse of a villain. And that is why Janemba is one of my favorite villains. Every single being that was in hell contributed to Janemba's power. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, who is the cutest? Kid Goku, Kid Gohan, Kid Trunks, or Kid Goten? The simple answer for me is none of them. I don't find any of them cute because I'm not gay, but if I was gay, I'd probably go with Kid Gohan. Actually, when I was a lot younger, I used to play Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road, and Majin Buu always used to say something as soon as you won a fight with him, and I can't remember what he said, but it was the cutest thing. I remember, I don't think it's cute anymore, but back then, when I was like 8 or 9, I thought it was the cutest thing in the world. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, what if Frieza, for one reason or another, never decided to go to Planet Namek? So if Frieza never went to Planet Namek, that means Vegeta wouldn't have gone to Planet Namek, that means the Ginyu Force wouldn't have gone to Planet Namek, and the only people that would have gone to Planet Namek are Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma. And if you think about it, they would have gotten their wish. And that means Goku never would have set foot on Planet Namek, therefore not turning into a Super Saiyan. In fact, the more that I think about it, everyone would have been dead. Vegeta would have set a course straight for Earth right after he recovered. Goku still would have been out due to injuries, and there would have been no one that could have defended the Earth. I then feel as though Vegeta would have gone to Namek to wish for immortality. However, Gohan, Bulma, and Krillin would have already gotten their wish. I mean, it's all about timing. It's very hard to actually nail down what would have happened, because what if Vegeta blew up the Earth when he was there, and then Bulma wished for Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu to come back when there was no Earth? This could go down in many different ways. It's just one of those scenarios that you've literally got to sit there for ages and think about, okay, what would have happened if this happened and this happened and this happened? You got to lay out every single different scenario. And I easily could do an entire video on this, so thank you for your question, man. But now moving on to the next question, which is, who is your favorite English voice actor? Now, I'm not too familiar with all these different types of voice actors. In fact, I only know a few voice actors, and they're from Dragon Ball Z. And this is going to sound like such a generic answer, but by far my favorite English voice actor is Goku. I love Goku's English voice. Vegeta is a close second, but Goku's English voice by Sean Schemmel fits him perfectly. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is it true that everyone is afraid of Lord Beerus? And if so, why? I mean, yes, even Vegeta was scared of Lord Beerus, and for good reason. It is because he is so powerful, and even Golden Frieza got a little bit timid when he saw Beerus. And I mean, anybody who's anybody knows who Lord Beerus is. Like, if you're just some random planet in the universe, you've heard of Lord Beerus. It's kind of bizarre that we are only hearing of Beerus now. If all these random planets across the galaxy have heard Beerus's name and know of him, why is it that planet Earth have only just heard of him now, considering how powerful the Earth actually is? But to answer your question, everyone is scared of Beerus because he is just that powerful. And I was going to end this Q&A session right here, but I just received a question that really caught my eye. It's, who do you think is going to win in the rematch between Goku vs Superman? And in my honest opinion, I truly believe that Goku is going to win this fight. Because first of all, why would they be doing a rematch just to make Superman win again? The simple answer could be for money, but I think it's a lot deeper than that. But my main reasoning for thinking that Goku is going to take this death battle is because the audience is positioned to believe that Goku has previous memories of his first encounter with Superman. And I don't think Goku has ever lost a fight twice. I mean, look at Mercenary Tao. He got destroyed the first time, but he came back stronger and actually beat Mercenary Tao. And I think a similar thing is going to happen in this death battle. I think Goku's going to come back and win. Either way, I am looking forward to live reacting to that particular death battle because you guys have spoken. You guys clearly want to see me do a live reaction to this Goku vs Superman, and to be honest, I did want to do it all along. So yeah guys, that has been my Q&A session for today. If you do want to ask me a question, I will leave a link down below to my ask.fm, and as always, I will see you guys in the next Dragon Ball Z video.